Welcome to the Sky Podcast. Come on over. I need to learn a new song.
Come on over, baby. Hey, boy, don't you know
I got something going on. Cover pala yung podcast no? So, sino ba talaga ang toilet ghost?
Yeah.
Nalalaman na natin.
I discovered who it is.
Hay
you wanna know the story?
Mga boys talaga, guys.
The other day, after filming the podcast, after recording the podcast, I went to the CR and I did my usual nakaupo thing sa toilet seat. And then, 15 minutes later, alam mo yung, I just one more ihi before I go to sleep para hindi ako magising in the middle of the night. So I went back and then, nakaangat na yung toilet seat.
See? I'm telling you. Guys, say it with me. Sabi
My
ko sa'yo
My ghost. I think I
Seriously?
subconsciously just lift it up.
Yeah, I think so too. And also during the day, most of the time, like when you do, like walking around doing things you don't have to think about, you're on your phone, so you're not really thinking, did I lift the seat up?
Yeah,
Did
and
I-"
whenever I'm in the toilet, I'm on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. And also, right before this podcast, I said, love, the toilet seat is up. You know what he said? That's not me. That's really not me. That's
No, because this was hapon. This was like in the middle of the afternoon.
Yun na, baka you were
after
on
the
your
toilet,
phone.
After the CR was cleaned. So I don't use our toilet during the day. I have my
Baka
toilet
akala
in
mo
my
lang.
office.
Or bumalik na naman si
no.
Toilet Ghost. But anyway, mystery
Investigate.
solved, guys. Mystery solved.
Investigate na natin yan next time. Buti na lang, love you. Parang hindi ka nagagalit sa akin. No? And
Kala mo lang, hindi ako nagagalit. Pero sa totoo, nagagalit ako. Joke lang.
it's something I appreciate about a relationship na hindi tayo nag-aaway sa mga ganitong maliliit na bagay. I can only imagine being married to someone na, Hoy! Anong ginawa mo? Sabi ko na nga ba, just put down the toilet seat.
Or what about like, don't squeeze the toothpaste from the middle of the tube.
May ganyan ba?
Yeah.
Are you speaking from experience?
No. My sister told me that these are things that they should ask in couples counseling.
Really?
Yeah, like something like when you put the toilet paper back in the toilet paper holder, is it facing you or facing away from you? Like these little things na akala mo
Oh
wala
my
lang.
God.
Some people really take note of it.
I will die if you ever do that. Wala nang Sky Podcast. Wala nang Sky Pod.
Yeah, it's good that we have the same, values or pain
It's-
points.
It's just being on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Na we don't nitpick on details. We leave each other to be themselves. I
Right.
think.
But not to say that this is the best way. If you guys want to nitpick and both of you are nitpickers, by all
Oo.
means.
Match lang yan.
Match lang yan.
To each their own. Pero I feel like, yeah, that's one of the most important things in choosing someone to be with.
Na match
match
kayo.
talaga kayo. Like, if palagi kayo nag-aaway when you're not married, I think even more so in the middle of the pandemic.
That is so true.
Yeah. I think every little thing is gonna be magnified.
Exponentially because you're always together 24/7. Grabe.
Yes. All these little things that irritate you.
But you know what? It's really important to find a good partner when it comes to marriage. We were just talking about this a few days ago. Na in life, there's only really few decisions that you can make, like few life-changing decisions that you can make. For example, when you're born, you don't get to choose your parents. You don't get to choose your family, right?
Yeah, even your friends, although you choose them, but they somehow get into your life and you don't like say,
Organically,
ikaw friend ko,
right.
ikaw. Yeah.
Right. You don't pick from a roster.
Yeah.
But with your partner or the person you're gonna marry is someone you choose willingly, right? And at the back of your head, you know, okay, I have to choose wisely because this is the person I'm gonna be spending day and night with for the rest of my life. So it's a very, very, very important decision.
Was there any point in time where you said, okay, Slater na talaga because of this?
Honestly, no, because
What?
sorry, love, but from the very beginning, I was always very not hesitant, but like I had
Suspicious siya sa
That is the
akin.
word. Yeah, suspicious.
Yeah, from
Because
the get-go.
I am not used to dating around. So
What are you saying?
no,
That I
no, no,
date
no,
around?
not that you had. I'm just not used to dating around. I've always been like, I've only been with like a few other guys, like for long-term relationships. Like I'm a serial monogamist.
Wow.
Yeah, that there's a
Gumagawa
term.
na ng term
No,
ngayon.
there's really a term. But anyway, so I'm not used to the feeling of always thinking, is he the one? Is he the one? Is he the? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Am I
So if
making
you're with
sense?
someone, he's the one na.
I mean, no, like if I date someone, meaning my potential na talaga. But I don't know. I can't explain it. But I was always just very suspicious because I wasn't used to getting to know someone pa. And I always thought like, something's gonna go wrong at any minute. Or what's his intention ba talaga? You know what I mean? Remember I kept asking you like,
Ben,
you're gonna ano
you know
me.
Ben Lim, the
The
fiance
Ben of Vern.
of Vern, the Ben of Vern. Actually, we were talking during Cam's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
He was asking me, what made me decide na ikaw na? And I said, I think it's a matter of you being with this person for a long period of time, especially when you travel, you're with each other 24/7, and not getting irritated. Even those mga little things, I think it can get blown out of proportion. Or,
Right.
like, these little things matter. Kung sa, let's say, in a movie pa, yung pag-cast ng actor is the most important part, I think, of the job of the director.
Like if may
Because-
chemistry ba?
Yes.
Ganon.
If wala ng chemistry from the get-go, mahirap talaga. It's gonna
Pangit na
be
yung-
a lot of hard work.
Right.
And love should be easy, I think.
Yeah, you know what? There's also a conversation I had with someone in the past, I forgot who, that love shouldn't be so hard. You know what they say na marriage is work, marriage is hard work. It's really not, to be honest.
It's really not because you're with me. Sabihin na lang natin yung totoo. Let's call it, let's say it for what it is.
It's because you choose the person that's right for you. It's not supposed to be hard.
Yes.
And whenever I talk to couples who are parang in the same boat as us, they always say that, yeah, I don't know why they say that. Why do they say marriage is supposed to be hard work? It's really not. But when I talk to couples that are always fighting, parang, yeah, marriage is a parang constant battle. You have to, you know?
You have to work to be in love. Mga ganyan na mga terms.
But then again, love, we can't judge because every relationship is really different. So, some relationships
True.
thrive on nag-aaway sila every day. If that works for them, kanya-kanya, di ba?
Yeah, well, meron naman talagang tao na like to nitpick or be nitpicked or like gusto nila na ina-under sila.
Right. And there are some people who like the drama as well. Like, I need to fight someone today. And the other person, somebody please fight me or life is so boring. Iba-iba talaga mga tao. So, we really can't judge. As long as match kayo, yun lang yun. Di ba?
Wow, love advice from Chrissy.
Yeah. It's true though.
And I feel like, let's say, saan naman akong sinunawaan ako?
You were mentioning a while ago about forcing the issue with past loves.
Oh yeah. Like when you're younger, you always think that the one you're with is the
The
one.
one.
And then even if you fight, you can say, oh, it's okay because our love will conquer all. Mga ganyan. May mga ganyan pa tayong quotes when we were younger.
Hindi pa jaded.
Yes, but I think as we get older, and this would probably be the advice that I give to Scott, that it should be easy. And if it's not easy, you should think about it again.
Right. I feel like, honestly, deciding the person who you're going to marry is so important because it will really change your life. Right? If you marry the right person and you're happy with that person, the rest of your life, easy lang. Easy yung everyday, yung gising mo, easy. When you're making dinner for that person, it's easy. You don't have to think about all these little things. If you marry the wrong person, imagine when you wake up in the morning and you see that person's face, before you sleep,
When there's the seed of hate na kasi, parang, if for
Eye
example,
rolling,
ayaw mo sa akin, or you find me very corny, or you very playboy, and then I give you, let's say, flowers.
I'll be like, huh? Ano ba yan?
Yeah.
How many girls have you given this to? Isa lang ako dyan.
Yeah. Pero, kunwari, in love ka sa akin like you are now. And
Like
bigyan
I am
kita
now.
ng
Oh,
flowers.
thank you. Oh, sweet mo talaga. Ganyan lang yun eh. You have to choose the right match for you. Diba?
But love, it's your birthday in a few days.
Yeah, it is. My gosh. Dun, 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 dun.
How does it feel?
31
Your first
years
birth-
old.
Your first birthday with a kid.
I am happy, ready. I'm at a phase in my life na tanggap ko na may anak na ako and I'm 31. And honestly, you know, age is just a number. I feel like before having Scott, before getting married, I was so scared to turn a year older. Like, oh, I'm turning 28. I'm turning 29. Oh no, late 20s na. But now that I'm 30, I'm like, yeah, I'm 30. I have a husband, I have a kid, I have a house. Like, I'm so happy to be where I'm at.
I remember when we first moved in and you said, "Oh my God, it's like playing house. I feel like I'm a child."
I feel like I'm a child.
Do
Yeah,
you
because
still feel that way?
I was I am the youngest in my family, and as being the youngest, I was always the baby. All the responsibility always went to my eldest siblings, and my parents just allowed me to do whatever I wanted. So thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. And then suddenly you get married and you're thrown into a whole new world where you manage everything, the household, taking care of the groceries, your husband, like all these little chores in the house.
Taking care of your husband.
Yeah, making breakfast every morning, cutting your husband's nails.
Siya pala tagapag-cut
Pedicure. I'm the pedicure master in Salon de Crizzy.
Yes. Kasi ayaw niya yung shape ng nails ko daw kung ako ang gumawa.
Yeah, it's like, this is sidetracking, but it's like hexagon shape when he cuts his own nails.
Wow. Kasi gusto ko, the whole point of cutting your nails is just to make it shorter. That's it.
That's a
sa'yo
guy's
kasi
perspective.
Parang kailangang may shape para pag nag-grow siya, it has to grow in the right way.
No, because Slater is, I don't know if this is a guy thing, of all guys cut their nails like this, but Slater just literally gets a nail cutter and like clips all the white that he can see.
Yeah.
So it's not smooth. Like, it's like they're sharp edges. It's like a pentagon, basically.
Yeah, I'm an engineer. I like shapes.
So I wanted to teach him how to like use a nail file and soften everything, but he doesn't want to learn. Ang dami na daw niyang ginagawa sa buhay niya. So, ako na lang taga nail file niya.
I know how to use a nail file, but you always say, yung corners, hindi mo ikakat yan kasi nag-round siya masyado. So,
Yeah, I'm trying to make it semi-square. So, it's cute.
oo.
These are things guys don't consider. But you know what, to be honest, I enjoy cutting your nails.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
our
it's
moment
fun.
together. Sige na.
A
Diba?
very random moment together.
Pero guys, when she cuts my nails, hinihila niya ako like, oh, dito yung foot mo. Ganyan.
Because
okay, malapit na mabali.
you know how when you're in the salon, you're sitting down on a proper chair and your hands and your feet are facing your parlorist directly.
Yes.
That's not the case because he wants to be comfortable and ako yung mag-maneuver ng katawan ko.
Siyempre, ako yung customer.
So, you know, sometimes I cut his nails on the kitchen counter while he's sitting down properly. Yeah. So, grabe yung sacrifice sa asawa mo. You should be appreciative.
Oh, so in terms of marriage, find an asawa that can cut your nails and cooks you breakfast.
Acts of service yan. What is your love language pala, love?
I think my love language is service and probably gifts.
You offer service and gifts as your
I think so.
or you
yeah.
look for gifts and service.
I think the love language thing, it came from the book, diba? Love language. You basically have different love languages for the person you're with.
Different ways of showing how much you love them.
Yes, so it's either
Time,
service, gifts,
touch,
and words. Wow, we memorized this. But I really feel like there's different levels to it. When it comes to you, I'm very touchy. I like giving you service and sometimes gifts. Not so much.
not gifts.
Yeah, but with other people, I like to give them gifts.
Right.
Diba? Kung napansin mo, like with my family or even
Friends.
friends, yeah. So I think may different levels siya.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a. You can't just say it's 1 and 2.
Yes.
It's like a deeper situation.
And not necessarily that if you show that your service, your love language is service, it doesn't necessarily mean that you want service back.
Right.
I think.
Right. That's why I was asking you, like, what do you look for? The way you show it is acts of service,
Yeah.
to me words, and to others gifts.
Well, sa totoo lang, love, just you being beside me, okay na ako eh. Solve na ako.
So, but ay mo.
Bola.
Bola. What do you like to receive?
What do I like to
Yeah.
receive? Very expensive gifts.
Grabe
Like,
naman.
Kotse. No joke. I think service alone, that the things that you do for me and our family, like the groceries and everything, is enough.
So that's what you look for.
Yeah, I feel like I couldn't manage this household without you.
Aw, thanks,
I can
love.
fix things around the house, but
I can't manage this house without you.
wow.
Because you fix everything.
So, ganito yung agreement namin. It's Chris does the software.
Right.
Basically, the people inside the house, feeding them, making sure everything is
running smoothly, the laundry,
there's peace.
Like all the chores,
Yeah. Ako yung hardware. Making sure that there's no leaks in our house.
the
My
roof,
heater.
the heater, the electricity.
Yeah.
So every time something's broken, love, the door's broken.
Yeah. And sometimes, sobrang, I feel like you are more maarte when it comes to things that are broken because you know someone can fix it right away.
Yes.
Like in a regular house, these things like creaking doors wouldn't be fixed for years.
Yeah, like I was telling Slater, in my house, if something like is broken, it's gonna stay broken for 10 years or until
Hanggang
you
sa hindi
renovate
na
the
talaga siya
house.
pwedeng magamit.
Yeah. So it's cool to have like a handy engineer as
And-
your husband.
Yeah, that's also why I like doing the videos on YouTube, like helping people out. And because I feel like there's a lot to learn just by basic things about the house. Like when I went to your house, I said, your parents' house. I said, these things that are outside are not meant
To
for
be
the
outside, right.
Yeah, so the electrical wire. So I actually talked to her mom and they had it fixed.
Right. So it's actually like helping other people safety-wise, right?
Yeah. And I feel like isa sa love language ko is teaching.
Uy, hindi,
Madaldal.
hindi siya love language. Passion mo yun. Passion siya.
Magmamarunong.
I kept telling Slater, like, dude, in another life, you would be a great teacher because every day, guys, meron siyang homily sa akin.
Hindi naman siya homily. Do you think it's preachy when I do it to you?
Definitely preachy,
Ouch.
but it's not bad. Like, preachy isn't a bad thing, but you love to preach.
Like, I mean, there's some people that get tired of, like, stop telling me what to do.
Well, actually, I appreciate that you talk to me. I'd rather you talk to me than you shut me out. So it's something that I appreciate.
But I don't tell you what to do, right? I just like, love, you know what I read about this and that.
Exactly that. And sometimes I think, see, making me parinig.
No, it's never parinig. It's because something that resonates with me when I
Right.
read something and then I tell you about it. And that's just for me to help me memorize and make
Right.
sure that
I
when I'm
know.
explaining, it's, yeah.
It's a way for you to understand further what you just read by
Yes.
explaining it to me. And I know that and I appreciate that. And also, sometimes when you do it, I learn a thing or two. Like, for example, when he reads a book that he's so into, he's like, this is what I learned in my book today. And then the next day, this is what I learned in my book today. My book said this, my book said that. And then to me, hindi ko na kailangan basahin yung book. Alam ko na.
Ako yung tagapag-summarize, in short.
Slater loves reading self-helpy nonfiction books, and I'm the opposite. I love
Yeah.
reading fiction books. Like, tell me a good story and I will just read it the whole day or listen to you the whole day.
Sige, book reco. The best book you've read in the past year since your birthday.
The past year, there's so many.
I know
but
you like the Obama one, Michelle Obama.
nonfiction.
Nonfiction.
Yeah, Michelle Obama Becoming is good.
Yes.
I love the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I love Final Blood. There's so many things. I can't memorize. Oh no, so much
Si
pressure.
Chris, guys, mahilig siya sa mga
Stories. I love
weird
stories.
like cultures. Mahilig siya sa she's super interested in North Korea.
Yeah, like things that don't happen in my little safe bubble of the SkyPod. Like for example, like North Korea. In my head, whoa, this thing is actually still happening in real life right now in 2021. That's what I think.
Is that why sobrang hilig mo sa crash landing onto you?
Yeah. No, I think I was just pregnant and bored at that point. But honestly, like it's not just North Korea. It's like these indigenous tribes. I'm so into.
Yes.
The book that I'm currently reading today is about a what do you call it? She's the one who cremates people in the mortuary.
This is
in the
a new
morgue.
book.
Is a new book. I forgot the title, but that's what I'm reading right now. And she just tells us all these accounts about these dead people and how as a culture we're so kind of scared of the dead. Like for example, when somebody dies, our loved one dies, instantly we just send them to the morgue, and then the morgue people do the cremation, the cleaning, the embalming, all these things. But when you really think about it, right? Like if I'm dead, wouldn't you want someone you love to take care of your body and not just a random person, right? For example, if I die, embalming is so creepy, right? They just stick you with some metal thing and then they like pump chemicals into your body.
Wow, coming from a girl that doesn't eat like pork and
I'm
beef.
not gonna eat people.
But okay lang sa kanya to like talk about sticking things into
Yeah,
dead
no, because
people.
it's so interesting. It happens every day in real life.
Okay,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I mean, I understand.
Yeah, and like
but if I
I'm
were dead, I wouldn't care. I'm dead.
no, but as a loved one, you know what I mean? Like she makes a valid point. In the past, like when you mummify someone or when you like there's so many other traditions in the olden days where they bury their dead with like ornaments and like so many different traditions. And us now, because the dead is so scary. Oh my god, ang layo na ng conversation
Yeah, but
natin.
it's okay. Go.
Yeah. Like it the concept of dead is so parang not accept, like it's weird to see a dead body in public. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
Of course.
Right. But in the past, in Europe, when there were like plagues and everything, or when there were like great devastations, they just leave dead bodies out in the open, and people will line up, like in Paris Tao before, people just line up to look at the dead bodies, like as an attraction. And then the government decided one day, hey, that's not very nice. Let's make the morgues private.
But ganito yung tingin ko. If I'm dead, I wouldn't care what you do with my body. Wag nyo na lang man i-disrespect. Pero I feel like all these ceremonies that we do for the dead is not actually for the dead.
Yeah, it's for the
people
living.
that are mourning.
Yes, exactly. And also, this is so interesting. She also talked about cannibalism. I know it's so weird, right? But in the past, there was like this culture where if somebody dies, the dead body has to be eaten by the friends. Except the mom and the kid who's directly related to you. But the dead body has to be... I know that sounds so freaking creepy right now because it's cannibalism.
Yes.
But her logic is, iba-ibang culture lang yan. Like, before nga, looking at dead people was creepy. It wasn't creepy, but now it is. It's because we're so... we like to think we're open-minded. But when we hear something like that, like, huh? Before, they cannibalize their own dead? Diba, parang who's telling us that that's wrong? It's just culture.
Yeah, it's just something that we're used to and
right,
we grew up with.
Exactly.
Which a lot of life is, I think.
Right. And like for them, the reason why they eat or they cannibalize their dead is because parang is a form of respect to the dead person. Like they want everything to be gone of that person so they can move on as a tribe. You know what I mean? So they burn the bones and then they eat the flesh and then all these other things that they do. But to us right now, like, huh? Ew, oh my God, that's gross, whatever, right?
There's some women that eat the, yung placenta?
Yeah, and that's normal.
Oh my God.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but kanya-kanya, right? And if you're talking about being open-minded, then we should be open-minded to all these things.
I believe in science.
What do you mean?
Like, if there's science behind it, I'll eat it.
There's science behind it now.
Really?
I just didn't research
Okay.
about
I
eating
won't still-
placenta.
still won't eat it.
Oh, eating your words. Eating your words.
Yeah, it's funny how a lot of things in society is actually like a carryover. The book that I'm reading that explains that so well is called Sapiens. It's basically the history of mankind from when we were hunter-gatherers and to the farming and now where we are. Parang the evolution of humankind and how so much of life as we know it is just us making things up as we go along.
All these rules, these
Yes.
cultural norms.
What's illegal, what's legal, even
What's
the way we
good, what's
raise children.
bad.
They
Right.
used to raise children in tribes. So even if you gave birth to someone, even if you gave birth to Scotty, let's say for example, everyone in the tribe would be the one like a father or a parent to that person.
It really depends talaga, right? Kanya-kanya talaga. Yun lang yun. Kanya-kanya
Yun lang yan.
talaga.
When it comes to marriage, when it comes to life in general.
We just have to be open to
Yeah.
accept that there are like kanya-kanya.
Yeah, and I think the more you accept that na tayo lahat ay magkaiba,
Right.
that's the more you see yourself as someone different as well, and the more you can accept who you are.
Exactly.
Diba?
And that's where confidence comes from, contentment comes from, right? Yeah.
When it comes, let's talk about confidence. I feel like a lot of people think you're a very confident person. Where does that come from?
I am a very confident
Yeah.
person.
Of course, a lot of people look up to you.
Oh, well, thank you. But I wasn't always confident growing up. I wasn't one of those girls in high school who just, was so sure of themselves and started dancing and didn't care and everything. I was kind of just like this quiet girl in the corner.
Pareho tayo. I'm the geek.
I wasn't a geek, but I wasn't also like super confident. But I guess it comes with age, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think
comes with age, I
Turning 30 something would make there's a switch where you just don't care
Right.
about what other people think.
Because when you're younger, you're always so concerned about what your peers are
reputation,
saying.
yeah.
You feel like if somebody said something bad about you, your life is over.
Yes, and ganito, when we were younger when we were teenagers and I saw someone that wasn't actually pretty, but my friend said, "Oy, ang ganda niya." Then I would say, "Oh yeah, ang ganda niya."
Right,
Just to
right.
be like
Part of the cool kids or part of the. We all want to be part of the group, right?
Yeah.
Parang it's so scary to be on your own or to be individualistic. I don't know how it is now with kids these days because there's social
kids
media.
these days.
I know.
That made us sound so old now.
Yeah, I know, but it's true. Like, are they more confident now because they have social media and they see that there's so many different kinds of people?
I think less confident.
Why?
Because you see all the highlights of everyone and it's just the highlights. You don't, like for example, if I scroll down my feed, I see someone in Africa, I see someone in a beach in the middle of the pandemic, I see someone receiving an award for something they're doing, I see someone with more likes than me. So imagine being bombarded with that without the I would say the thinking of the mature
Proper mindset.
Yeah, the mature mindset of that. It would be very, very dangerous if it got
Right.
out of hand.
But on the flip side, say for example, you are a very shy person, super introvert, but all your classmates are extroverted. You go online and then you discover I don't know what is it. Before it was deviant art, but now I don't know what it is. Let's say you go online and you meet somebody who's exactly the same as you and you find a friend. So doesn't that also make you feel more connected?
Mas ano lang, I think ngayon, mas accepting of randomness or the
Differences.
the different types of people, mas
Right.
accepting lang because you get to see them. Like, for example, when I first saw Alodia, and she's my friend, but when I first saw her, I asked her, "What do you do?" Sabi niya, "Cosplay." I said, What is that? Like me coming from Cebu, I just started living in Manila. What is that? Oh, I dress up like
Costumes.
Yeah, costumes. Like, what? Like, it's not Halloween? Like, costume lang? It's
It
so...
was the first time you ever heard of that word.
Yes. So, for me, it's good that she's breaking down barriers.
Right.
Like, she's making everything more open.
Right.
Even our parents would be that. They would like, who is this girl that dresses up all the time? But now it's like normal. Oh, si Alodia. My
Right.
mom's a fan and everything. So, parang there's this openness that comes from social media
Right.
as well. But yeah,
There
then again,
should be a balance, I feel.
yeah, because you're looking at Alodia, the most successful cosplayer probably in the Philippines. So parang if you're a cosplayer and if you're starting out, nakikita mo agad like, oh, look at the hill I have to climb if you want to succeed.
But at the
Maybe.
same time, if you love cosplaying, there's more acceptance now. So you're like, hey,
Yes, tama din.
there's actually room for me to pursue this passion of mine. There's actually, instead of just hiding in my room and I'm not going to tell anyone that I'm doing this because I'm shy. You know what I mean? Or thinking, am I crazy? Am I the only person in the world like this? And then you find someone like-minded online. Pwede rin. Two
Yeah.
sides to a coin.
Yes, I think it's more of a self-esteem part that I feel like it's the problem. That's why I also parang limit searching other people's profiles on social media. I can't help it. I'm a competitive person. I even if alam kong there's no point in being jealous of any other one that's successful or more successful. Like his success doesn't take away from my success. I just like to wag na lang, I'll just stay out of it para hindi ko ma-compare yung sarili ko or oh, he's doing this, I should do this also. Parang at least I get to be original pa rin. I get to be doing my own thing.
That's so interesting because I never think that.
Yeah?
I mean, kanya-kanya talaga, right?
Yeah.
So when Slater sees like all of these things on his feed, he always thinks, oh, how can I like one-up this just for my personal satisfaction?
Yes.
But for me, I'm just like, ooh, cool. She's in the Maldives.
It's more of like, for example, like I research mga YouTube videos about how to use cameras or how to shoot the perfect photo. Gusto ko kasi kailangan talaga makuha ko yung ganyan.
Oh
like
my God.
I'm
He's
so obsessed with
it has to be the best. I have to get all of these things right.
So, nire-research ko every little thing to get it there. And then I actually sometimes achieve it. But
Yeah, you do.
I think it's part of just trying to improve myself. But sometimes it can lead to a different direction. Or,
Right.
like, mako-compare ko like, oh, ang galing niya na photographer. But of course, I'm not a full-time photographer. I could never be like that unless I commit to say, I'll stop everything I do. I'll just be a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? So, yan lang. I feel like that's where the comparison is.
Yeah, in short, competitive ka talaga. And ako,
Slight lang naman.
okay lang.
I really
Bahala
don't
kayo.
see myself as competitive though. I mean, yeah, maybe, but it's more of just trying to improve myself on the fields that I want to
Yeah,
be
I
in.
feel like you're not trying to compete with any person per se. It's kind of like you're competing with yourself for self-improvement. In your head, it's always, how can I better myself in this aspect? How can I better myself?
Yes.
So when you see somebody who's like one level at that genre,
Yeah.
you're always like, oh, this person is at level 3. How do I better myself for myself
Yes.
to be at level 4? I feel like that's what you are.
Yes. So parang benchmark ko lang sila. Hindi siya like, oh, I want to
Like, I
bring
hate
this guy
this person.
down.
No,
na ako na
no,
yung,
yeah.
It's not like that.
I feel like that's really so you. Because, like, dude, if you're listening to this podcast right now,
Yeah.
this microphone setup is quite intense. Yeah. And I was telling Slater, if you left this up to me, we would be using my
iPhone.
cell phone. Yeah. Because I do not have the patience for this. Like, my personality is very chill compared to yours in this aspect, right?
Yes, I feel like, for example, this whole podcast thing, parang ginusto ko na sobrang ganda yung mic kasi ayoko nang may background noise. Gusto ko na masarap pakinggan.
Right.
Like, I really feel like your voice, not my voice, but your voice in using this mic is like super complimentary. I was listening to
Oh, thank you.
it on the headphones, like, whoa, smooth. Do you modulate your voice, love?
No, this is me on a
I should
normal
talk like
day.
this more. Hello. Welcome to the Sky Podcast.
Sky Podcast. Anyway, honestly, I feel like we are so completely different because even when we shoot YouTube videos, we always say this. I have been using the same camera for years and years and years. And if you didn't tell me that one beautiful morning last year, hey, there's a new camera, I wouldn't have bought it. And I'd still be using the same camera that's, my camera.
Naka-scotch tape na yung
Yeah,
camera.
naka-scotch tape na siya. I still use it because it works and I'm fine with it. But now, ang ganda na ng camera setup namin because nag-YouTube na si Hubs.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing with marriage as well. It's a compliment. Like, hindi talaga kayo kailangan magkapareho.
Yeah.
Like, it's yin and yang.
And doesn't also have to be opposites attract, right?
Yeah.
It's just
It's
kanya-kanya,
just
whatever
may compliment
works.
lang talaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it for now. Kailangan ko nang uminom ng tubig.
This was fun.
Yes, and medyo mahaba compared to our last 8-minute introduction.
About toilet seats.
Yeah.
Anyway, mystery solved, and now you guys know what makes our marriage work.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for listening. Ciao.